Who is the Flash's favorite singer? Taylor Swift, it's me. Hi. Welcome to Comic Book Editions Volume 167. Today it's a JLA Haul Part 2, and I'm happy that you're here for it. If you're new to my channel and haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll do that. It's a great way to show support to my channel, as well as giving this video a thumbs up, a like, a heart, or sharing the channel and the video with someone that you think might enjoy it. Later on, I'll ask for your comments regarding the books I'm showing today, because I always love to hear what you have to say. I bought a whole bunch of Justice League of America comic books from my friend, Silver Age Dave. I started showing those last month, and I'm going to show my October installment today. It's books that were released between 1966 and 1968. Let's get started. Justice League of America Volume 1, issue number 50 was released in 1966. We got those go-go checks at the top that DC was always doing in their books. They were doing those to make them easier on the newsstand for a kid to realize that it was a DC comic book. This is the classic JLA creative team. We have Gardner Fox, Mike Sekowsky, and Murphy Anderson. Robin the Boy Wonder makes a guest star appearance. And as I mentioned in my JLA Haul Part 1, Comic Book Editions Volume 163 video, around this time, the Adam West and Burt Ward Batman TV show was insanely popular, so DC was looking to capitalize on that and put Batman as front and center as they could on as many books as they could. And you really notice that on the Justice League covers. I showed some last time, and in the early books that I have to show in today's video, you'll notice that as well. Lord of Time is the villain in the story. He's essentially possessed this Vietnam soldier, and the Justice League are trying to figure out why this soldier's acting the way he is, and then realize the Lord of Time is behind this, and they go to take care of him. Issue number 51 is a few guest stars as well. There's Zatanna and Zatara, and then Elongated Man. Zatanna and Elongated Man are not members of the Justice League at this time. This is also the first Silver Age appearance of the Golden Age Zatara. This is really Zatanna's 5th appearance in DC Comics, but it's listed as her 6th. Let me explain that. So in the story, Zatanna is kind of taking some of the heroes that she encountered, trying to find her father in previous stories. And she also takes Batman, and Batman's like, at the end of the story, he's like, but wait, I've never met you before. And she's like, oh, but you have. See, there was a Detective Comics story, I think it was 336, where Batman's dealing with this witch. Well, Zatanna says, I was really that witch. Now, they never said it in the original Detective Comics story that was published a year earlier. That's something that they retconned, and starting with this story as claiming that it was her. So this does reunite Zatanna and Zatara and wraps up Zatanna's search storyline. I know this is a comic book that many of my collector friends have. I know a lot of my collector friends really prefer her original magician type outfit as their favorite Zatanna outfit. I myself kind of like that Perez outfit with the big hoop earrings and whatever that thing she was wearing on her head. And yeah, that's kind of probably my favorite one. But I locked this one into the collection. This is another popular Justice League comic book because I see this posted a lot. I see a lot of people talking about this when it comes to Silver Age Justice League comic books. This is Volume 1, issue number 55. We're in 1967 now. And this is the first Earth 2 Robin as an adult, which also means it is the first Golden Age Robin in a Silver Age story. What's interesting is this very new costume that's kind of a hybrid of his Robin costume and the Batman costume. He wears it on the cover here, but actually doesn't start wearing it as his normal costume until the next issue. This is one of the annual JLA JSA crossovers. And in this issue, they also mention that the Earth 2 Batman is semi-retired at this point. This issue, number 58, is something that Justice League did very, very many times in their publication. They did these 80-page giants full of reprints. As it says up here, 3 full-length classics. So this issue, which is issue 58, reprints Justice League of America issue 1, which is down here. It also reprints issue 6, which is up here, and then issue 8 with Justice League for sale there. I actually have original copies of all 3 of these issues. So got us a brand new cover to go with these reprints, and it's in the collection. You'll see another reprint JLA 80-page giant at the end of this video. Now we're up to issue number 66 from 1968. So now we have a Neal Adams cover. And what's interesting about this wasn't his first cover. Some original art has emerged showing what the original cover for this issue is supposed to be. I'll put that on the screen for you now so you can compare. I don't know about you, but I kind of prefer the unused cover. Maybe it's because I'm not as used to seeing that one or as familiar with it, but I kind of like that big Justice League, looking like giants on that cover. This story was one of those kind of wonky Silver Age stories that I talked about, not so much a memorable story. Denny O'Neil wrote the story, and now Dick Dillon by this time is doing the art, the interior art for Justice League, with the exception of the reprint issues. And he would stay on JLA until his passing. He was a very long time artist on Justice League and a very good artist. I don't own any original Dick Dillon artwork, but I wish I did. Nice Justice League page with him drawing Wonder Woman would be just awesome for me. So the morale machine essentially is the villain of this story. It's this invention that changes people's morales, and that's going to be the downfall of the United States. Yes, it's wonky, it's weird. It's Silver Age, you just sometimes have to go with it. And for part 2 of my JLA Haul video, let's look at Justice League of America issue 67. This is another one of those 80-page giants that I was just talking about. This time, though, it reprints Justice League of America issue number 4, issue number 14, and issue number 31. So that's when Green Arrow, the Atom, and Hawkman, all respectively, join the team in those issues with a brand new Neal Adams cover. I've seen this cover homaged several different times, even within the Justice League. I know I have a small DC Blue Ribbon digest that kind of reprints, I think, when it's this very similar homage to this, only busting through this time. I think it was Black Canary, Red Tornado, and Hawkgirl, as she was known back then. So this is a cool concept for a cover. It's a good cover. And of course, the story's reprinted. Now, out of the 3 stories reprinted here, 14 is the only one that I had in my collection. And I've had 14 since I was a childhood collector. No, I did not buy it new. I'm not that old. I bought it as a back issue. So Justice League of America 4 is the oldest JLA book that I don't have in my collection right now. So that is a huge priority for me. I don't think it's going to happen this year, but I'm hoping sometime next year I can scope that one out too. And it's all Mike Sekowsky as a penciler, because they're all reprints of issues that he did when they were originals. You might remember, while I'm talking about Silver Age Dave, who I bought these books from, just last week on my Comic Book Editions Volume 166, I was able to complete my Silver Age Teen Titans run because of 2 books that Silver Age Dave needed that I bought from him along with these Justice League comic books, and that made me super happy. Something else that will make me super happy is Keep Jen Reading. If you haven't donated to Comics Will Break Your Heart's GoFundMe page, which is linked in the description to this video, I hope that you will. Jen is fighting cancer, and if you could spare any money to help, it certainly would be appreciated. If you can share, even if you can't donate, at least share and make folks aware of it so maybe they could donate. That would help out a lot. What cover was your favorite out of everything I showed? That's what I want to know. So leave me a comment below. Let me know if you own any of these books, if you're a Justice League of America collector, if you're chasing any of them. We can dialogue about all of this stuff and more. So my JLA haul is planned to be 4 parts, and we're halfway through it now. Part 3 will be coming next month in November, so stick around for that. In the meantime, I'll have another Comic Book Editions video for you next week. There's Fanboys Live and the Retro Review this upcoming Sunday, 8:15 p.m. Eastern, 7:15 p.m. Central. There's the back issue of the week YouTube short. All of that and more is on my channel. That back issue of the week YouTube short that came out yesterday talks about a Bronze Age Superboy story, and it has to deal with Superboy and tomatoes. So learn about this issue while we're talking about weird stories. Learn about that issue within 60 seconds as the back issue of the week short. Thanks for watching today's video, and I look forward to catching up with you soon. Take care.